I'm, oh, okay. I'm trying to keep the phone as straight as I can. Um, I'm coming on here like 3 o'clock in the morning because, oh, guys, I'm trying to get back to doing videos. And like, I told myself that when I am getting these revelations, when I'm getting these thoughts, that I should make a video. And I said this in my last one, like, if I get these thoughts 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm just gonna have to make a video because literally I put my lights on dim because it's just, if I put them on too bright, my eyes will get adjusted. But literally, and I'm laying down, so we're gonna do this. You can see the eyebrows, so you can definitely see that there's a human being here. But last night, so I've been doing a lot of inner healing, a lot of inner work on myself. Uh, Last night, I called my son, um, to speak with them, and I try to call um, as much as I can, or sometimes I'm so busy, like, you get so busy and you forget and stuff, or you just busy or tired. And I called my son last night, and it's so funny how people are literally using my child as a pawn to reconnect with me. And I'm just like, people don't understand that if I didn't connect with you, if I didn't connect with you before, why would I ever connect with you now? And I don't think people understand or respect boundaries and when you put them up because they've never had them, or they've never had somebody actually instill boundaries. And it's been really, like, I've been working on things in therapy with my therapist. And you have to really, when you are going through something, or when you went through what I went through, and people who are new here, people who are coming in, they won't be able to see the journey anymore because I removed my videos. But when you have gone through a lot of trauma and a lot of heartbreak and a lot of people letting you down, and it's so funny that literally when you get to, let me get up. Ooh. Like when you get to a certain point, and um, when you get to a certain point and they actually finally see that you're not taking their shit anymore, that, oh, you're serious about not talking to us, you're serious about not being around us, you're serious about when you say that you guys, that you're not, that we're not this, you're serious about that. And when they finally see that, that's when they want to come back into your life. And one thing I've learned on this journey is that if you left my life, you no longer will ever come back. And I have my mother, my stepfather, my sisters, literally, like, if I tell people that I'm adopted, that means that I am really not fucking with you. So please don't use my 7-year-old child. Please do not use my 7-year-old child to pawn me into talking to you. Right? So a couple of years ago, I I helped my adopted sister buy her bed set. She used my she not this is not a bed set. Sorry, this is she paid off that one. She put amounts of debt in my name. Amount of debt, a certain amount of debt in my name that she used and has not yet to pay me back, but goes shopping sprees, goes on, go get nails done, go get hair done. And, seeing how you can do that to somebody and how I would, first of all, if I borrow anything from anybody, if I am, because there's been times when financially I had to borrow money from one of my friends because I was so broke and I didn't have money to pay my car payment or I didn't have money to like do something. The first person I'm paying is the person who I borrow that money from. And thank God I had like this is a friend that literally I met her years after I met her, probably a year after I got rid of everyone in my like that's when everyone started like just dissipating out of my life. And we just became good friends. We clicked from the beginning. Like we supported each other, we were there for each other. Like I truly can call this person my friend, more than friend, like really, like literally, like a very very close friend. This is my one probably close friend. And um for you to use my child as a pawn, and that is what your past is going to do. Your past is going to use any little thing they can. My son called me telling me, like, oh, this person has this for you. And I'm like, if this person has this for me, why didn't they send it? Why didn't they this? And it's because they're trying so hard to create a relationship that has never been there. And I'm letting, if they are watching, because they probably are watching, I will not be talking to anyone in my past. You can be on your deathbed. Deuces. Deuces, sweetie. I will not talk to you ever again. Ever. And if I do, it's probably to get what I deserve and get what I needed. Like literally, because I have probably just mail. And I'm just thinking about like all of the like um how do I say setups, I want to say, like you trying to like set me up and tell my kid, like use my kid against me because my kid is not with me right now, which is already hard for me. So you're going to use my kid because I don't tolerate that bullshit. And when I started creating boundaries, people just don't know how to respect them. And you know what's so funny? The other day, I heard someone say, the moment you become vulnerable is the moment when the enemy can sneak in. And I'm trying to find safety in a new place, but I'm also trying to be more vulnerable and learn how to be vulnerable with what's happening in my life in this new journey. But as soon as I heard that, it's like the guards in my body, just the gate, like literally, it was like, raise the gates, like the Europeans, is what I heard. Like the Europeans raise the gate because I have to stay so on guard. And every time something from the past tries to creep into my present, I have to fight 3, 4 times as harder to get it out because it's trying so hard to like knock down my gate. It's literally, I don't like literally, that is what I see. I'm just seeing a whole bunch of people like with those big logs just trying to push and push and like Literally, like when you have to, like in the medieval times, when you have to knock down the gate with the log, because that's the only way to get to your enemy, that's the only way to get to your adversary. That is what exactly is happening to me in my life right now. And people are going to try to pull you back in. People are going to try to really get you to stay in the past. But you have to put your gates up, put that boundary up. And something that it took me a while to get here, but I'm so very proud of myself because I'm able to put that boundary up. Like, you cannot come into my life. You can, if you want to try to use my kid against me, you can do that. But one thing you're not going to do, because it won't happen for long. And what God says is going to happen is going to happen. And there's going to come a time when you're no longer going to be able to do that. God is doing what he has to do in my life right now. Things are in place already. And the enemy likes to make you keep thinking that, oh, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. But actually, in doubt, God has the final words. And literally at that moment, after I got off the phone, I just prayed. Like, I just prayed. And it's moments like, and that's something that just I stay with. I stay with. I stay with. I stay with, because in the moment things are happening, the first person I go to is God. Like, the first person. That's where the first thing, my mind, my body, my soul, it goes to is God. And that is who, and I might not say it out loud. I might write it. I might think it, but he knows that that is what I'm thinking about. And it was just really like, it was just really hard to, like, because it's like, I'm in a transitional period where I really can't even, it's like the transitional period of moving from your past into the present moment and where you are now and trying to overcome this. And these are things that I'm working through in therapy, and I'm working things through with myself and on and inside, and really getting to the root of causes and why things are like this. And I'm able, and this is a privilege because a lot of people are not able to really dismantle the type of, I wanted to say statue that upholds them, because that's what it is. It's like literally the Statue of Liberty. And I was watching, it's literally like the Statue of Liberty, and you're just knocking it down with a sledgehammer. I was watching The Flight Attendant because I didn't get to finish season 2. So I was like, I could finally watch The Flight Attendant. And in The Flight Attendant, this is a show on Max, on HBO Max. And in the show, she goes within herself and she sees all the different self. She sees her teenage self. She sees the fun adult, like the one that wants to drink. She sees the one that she is now. She sees the one that she sees all of them. She sees the future self of what she could be if she was to marry this guy, if she was to be with this person. All of these different things she sees when she goes within. And when I was watching this show, I realized how much of that is how I see myself, how I see myself with all of the me's in front of me. I see the little girl in me. I see the teenage me. I see the adult me. I see the me that I can be if I get married. I see the me that I can be if I go down this road. I see the single me. I see the me that I am right now. And they're all talking to me. They're all telling me this is what you do, because they're each from a different perspective of life, but they all are me in a moment. And we each have this. And a lot of people, they might not see it how I see it. They might see it as differently. People don't like to what I've noticed is some people don't like to address the different people that they are. People think that they're usually one person, but no, we have several different personalities because we have the me that if you go back and remember when you was a teenager, you are totally different from where you are now. If you go the if you're married or if you have children, you're a different person than you were when you were single. So all of these different things is but she had to learn in the show. She really had to learn and understand that these all concepts are her. So imagine fighting somebody. She's an alcoholic. When you are addicted to alcohol, when you're addicted to drugs, when you're addicted to any of these things, it's always going to be a part of you that is fighting the past, that is fighting for you to take a drink, that is fighting for you to go out and do the drugs, that is fighting for you, whatever addiction, whether this is addiction, whether this is in my situation, going back or having doing things is always going to be a part of you. But deep down inside, your future self is telling you, yourself in that moment is telling you that you need to move forward, that this is no longer good for you. This is an unhealthy relationship. You're not getting nothing but heartbreak and pain, and that is what my family caused me. And if I have any inkling that I will be heartbroken, or if I will be in pain, or if I'm not getting what I need, or if I'm not receiving the same love that I put out, or anything like this, if I receive any of that from people today, I move away. I because it's always going to remind me. It's always going to be something. So my family never showed me any of those things. Never respected when I never respected me as a human being, as a child, as a woman, as a person. And obviously still don't, because rather than them letting it go, leaving me alone, they're using pawns. They're using my children as a pawn to set me up, to bring me back down that road. And I'm telling you, if you are on a journey like I am, where your family has done traumatic things to you, where you have had a traumatic life, a rough life, a very hard life, where literally all you had was your own self, and a couple of people that God sent along the way, thank God. Literally keep going down the road on, just keep moving forward, because I'm telling you, you're doing the right thing for yourself. And even though my environment changed, but I'm still dealing with a lot of the roots of what has caused my pain, what has caused that. In healing, it's slowly addressing things, being honest with myself, is the ways that I am overcoming these things. And um, it's been hard. I've had breakdowns. I've had so many different things. I've done it probably all because it just gets to a point where it's like you can't do it anymore. But I'm telling you, keep moving forward. Keep on that journey of healing. Keep on that journey of healing, because don't stop. Don't stop the self-discovery. Don't stop where you can go. Um, I've been reading a lot of different like spiritual things lately, where I'm noticing that you can't, like, self-discovery is constant. I put in both constant and consistent together. Constant is consistent and very constant. So continue to do those things because it's only going to elevate you to who you really are. Is that's through the self-discovery you'll find healing. And that's what's been going on with me. Like slowly by slowly, it's days. Yesterday was a hard day for me. You know, Tuesday was a hard day for me. No, not yesterday. Tuesday was a hard day for me. Yesterday, I felt the aftermath. And when I mean yesterday, I mean like Wednesday. But because I feel like it's Wednesday because it's 3 o'clock in the friggin' morning. um, but Wednesday was the aftermath of what happened on Tuesday. And it's still ruminating around. It's still ruminating. And then, you eventually, when things are ruminating, you have to address the problem. So I had to, okay, if it's ruminating, I'm going to address it. If it is ruminating in me, in my brain, I address the issue with myself. Why is it ruminating? Because that means that something I did not was able to let go of. That means that I was not able to actually discover the root of why it's ruminating. And that's where you have to go. So I had to go to myself. Okay, Sierra, why is this bothering you? What could you have done better? When what could you have done better? And also, how can you handle it now? Now that you know, how can you handle it now? What can you do to help the situation change? What control can you take over? Like, you can only control yourself. So what can you do with yourself is change what you need to change. And um, that's the only thing I can do. So that's exactly, excuse me, that's exactly what I did. And I went through it with myself. And I also had compassion for myself. I forgave myself for what I did and for how I said it and for the way it worked. I forgave myself. I had to also give myself grace that this is a learning experience, all of these different things. So going deep within that to really just get to the root of, okay, now it's like, okay, I go to bed, it's not ruminating anymore. Let's move it on because it's gonna keep going. Time is gonna keep going. But literally it's just so and right now I don't have that control to pull my kids out of where they are right now. I can't just take them out. It's I can't be like, oh, take them away right now because of the situation I'm in. But what I could do is, my son, of course, my son has nothing to do with this. He's not the issue. What I could do is I'm addressing the boundary now because because I feel like they watch me. So anyway, I'm addressing the boundary now. Unless you are paying me back for the debt that you have in my name, please do not contact me. Do not go to my children because it's like you don't understand that I no longer want to speak with you. If I left you in the past, you will stay in the past. And unfortunately, for your wrongdoings, due to your wrongdoings, I'm sorry, you will see your deathbed will come and I will not be there. I feel like, it's just, that's just the way it is. And, I'm not laughing out of wrong, but it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. It's just what I gotta do for myself, and I have to put up that boundaries you know, and find my own healing. I'm on my own journey with myself, and I love myself so much to the point where it's like, you deserve so much better. I've been through a lot, and I'm ready. I'm not ready. I can't just put it behind me. And that's too is what God has been teaching me is that you can't just put this stuff behind you. There's times when It's there, but I'm working on it, I'm working on it. So that's what it is. Hi, Gerald. How are you? No, it's not. It's not my ex. It's family. It's family issues. And it is sad. It really is, especially like when people don't respect your boundaries. Like it really is sad because it's so funny because I had to do a training today and they talked about having support and they were asking people like the people who found mental health like kids who needed mental health resources and stuff like that. And what is one thing that they all have in common? And all of them had support in common. They all had parents and family, friends. And at that moment, I said, what about the people that don't have support? And there's so many people like me that don't have no one. Like, it's so crazy. Like, people are asking me, like, what's your emergency contact? What's your emergency contact? I'm like, I'm my emergency contact. Like, I am my emergency contact. Like, I write 911 just to, like, give them something. But it's like, I'm my emergency contact. I am my support. Like and I thank God he has made me so strong. He has made me resilient. He has made me the way that I am because a lot of other people can't deal with shit. People really do need someone in their ear 24/7 telling them what to do. And it's not even like it's a bad thing, but you got to be hella strong to not to make your own decisions. You gotta be hella strong to not need support and to learn how to find it. Like, if I do, God forbid, if I did need something, I would have to go to an outside resource or I would have to ask around people like, do you know about this? Do you know about this? So I can get that support or resource or whatever I needed. I can't just call up people and be like, oh, mom, can you do this? Like, oh, dad, can you do? I don't have that. I got myself. So, literally, like, I am on my own. Like, there is no calling up Janet. There is no calling up aunties. There's no calling up cousins, uncles. None of that for me. Like I said, I got one friend and I have to limit what I even call her up for, you know? And, or in, like, but if it was something, like, literally, I was on the verge of homelessness. Like, I was going to be homeless. Everybody knew what was happening. They all knew what was happening. Now you're trying to make amends after you saw that, oh shit, she's not home because you thought I was going to run back to you. I'm telling you, people put you in situations just to see how you're going to fucking get out of them. So please, like, literally, if I was homeless right now, they wanted me to be homeless because if I was homeless, they think that, oh, she's going to go back to her kid's father. Are you dumb? Like, literally, my stepfather literally sat there on the phone telling his sister that, yeah, I'm kicking her out. Yeah, her old man kicked her out. But I'm kicking her out too. She don't have nowhere to go to. I was laughing. I laughed. I laughed and just sat there and listened because I was already steps ahead. I already was steps ahead. Months in advance, I was steps ahead. It was all just about timing. And for the good of God, I'm telling you, God was watching every single thing that was happening to me. The only thing, the only person that had my back was the Lord and Savior in this moment. People knew what was happening to me. People knew. People knew that I didn't have a relationship with my family. People knew that I was going to get evicted, that they were evicting me. People knew that I was ending up homeless. And do you know that they sat there and they watched because they are like because they wanted to. So please, when people are trying to come back into your life, X that out because they're only coming back to ruin what you have now, ruin the progress that you have made, and that is what they're trying to do. And it's so freaking sad. You know, maybe you're not going through a situation like me, but maybe it's something else. Watch your back. Keep it up. Keep your fences up. Put up your iron gate because having that boundary, when you just cut people off and no explanation, they know why. They just have to be willing to really see it, and they don't want to see it in themselves. Because when I cut to a point where I got to cut you off, that means that, okay, you are not doing right by me, or you are doing something that is just a no with me, and I'm not going to tolerate it. And once you put that up, it's a no. It's a no. And they were doing a whole bunch of shit that was a no for me. Like, you had fake love and you had real hate. Because if you didn't, if you never ever, if you really loved me, I would have never went to the hospital getting staples in my head. I would have never been hit with a pan. I would have never been bitten. I would have never been thrown smoothies for no reason. I would have never been called, oh, I hate you. I would have never heard the words, I hate you. I would have never heard that, oh, I just want to kick her in the back. Oh, I just want to punch her in her face. I would have never heard any of that. This is what they were telling me when I was there. All of these things. I experienced verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, feeling of unsafety. So much, like, that's why, like, the best thing I could have done was get out of that fucking city because I would have never felt safe. And even now, because my kids are not fully with me, I still don't feel unsafe to the point because it's like they're now using my kids as a pawn. And I'm telling you one thing, God knows and he watches everything. And I let him do what he gotta do because he tells me, you ain't gotta do nothing. I'm gonna handle it for you. So I know that the Lord and Savior is going to handle this situation for me. So there will be, once again, when my children are with me and safe. Literally, I got a notice the other day saying that somebody was literally, they thank God they did not approve of a disclosure because people are trying to find out where I am. That's how bad it is. I gotta be on the run. Like, and I'm just thinking, like, do I have to be on the run? Do I have to be on the run? And it's scary. It's so scary. It is so scary. Like, and that, like, I moved to a city nobody even knows truly where I am. And I love it because, and this is what I had to do. People ask me, why did you move here? Why did you move here? And I'm just like, I can't even tell them the real reason why I moved here or why I'm here out of all the places that I can go. You know, I can't even tell people because of how I have to keep myself safe. I have to be safe. And it's just like, I'm telling you, like, so keep moving forward. Like, this video is also made to help me heal and to help me get out the words that I have inside of me. Like, I had gotten up, I used the bathroom, and then it started ruminating in my head. Like, these people are so fucking evil. People are evil. Evil, evil, evil. And once you see their true colors, there's no going back. Once I see your true colors, there's no going back. There's no going back. No. There's nothing to go back to because you already showed me who you really are. Like, you showed me that you're this person. You showed me. So it's like, no. Like, I'm not perfect, but I know my heart. My heart is so genuine. My heart is delicate. My heart is literally like, I know my heart. I know how to, like, if I got an issue with somebody, I want to work it out. Like, I try to work it out. If that person don't understand, I've tried so many times to work it out. Then no, you wanted me to be, you wanted me to be nothing. You wanted me to be nothing. Nothing. You just wanted me to dissipate. You wanted me to be homeless. You wanted me to become crawling to you. What person wants that for somebody, especially for somebody that you call your family? Like, no. Like, I couldn't imagine seeing my kids like that. Like, my kids going through what I go through? Hell no. I don't care what the fuck they did. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, it's just, no. It's just so sad. But, keep moving forward. Like, having to really say it with myself, and I'm able to, like, before I used to get really angry, and I'm just like, why give you my power? I'm gonna address it and move it on. Like, a bitch got things to do. Like I'm going snorkeling this weekend. Like, like, come on, dude. Like, no. Um, it's just, and I'm so blessed. Like, it's days when I'm really having a hard time, and then I try to, like, I tell God, like, if I'm having a hard time and I feel myself going down, like getting depressed or getting upset or getting sad or just feeling any little inkling of, like, you know or even like, we as humans, sometimes we don't feel like we're, and some most of the lately, most of it comes from me being like, I'm trying not to burn out. And, like, so when I come home, I'm just like, I know, God, thank you so much. Like, like, and I'm telling him, like, I'm trying not to be this type of person. I'm not trying to be ungrateful. I'm not trying to be like complaining or things like that. So I'm apologizing to him about the thoughts that I've had in my head, that I feel like, because every little thing that pops up, I am dismantling. Like, I am like, is this a good thought, a bad thought, or is this like a normal thought that humans have, and you just need to understand that and just forgive your brain for having these thoughts, especially when you're suffering like ADHD. Like, I don't believe in, I don't do medication. Like, so I have to literally work on my, this is how you overcome naturally with things. Like, this is how I'm overcoming with the things that I'm going through, because I just can't. And it's not to a point where I can't do my work. It's just my mind ruminates on everything, on everywhere. I have an overthinking brain already. So it's just like, it keeps coming and coming and coming. Hi, Fazil. So it just keeps coming on me. But, like, literally, as soon as something, if I have a bad thought about somebody, because that's natural for us, I'm forgiving myself. I'm understanding that the reason why you're having this thought is because it could be many different reasons, whatever that is. Sometimes, and it's not even the person that's making you feel like that, it's your perception of that of the situation. Or if I say like today, like somebody pissed me off at the store because of what they did. It was they were very disrespectful. Like you know, they were very disrespectful, and I said, I'm not a that, I'm a human being. And because he called me a that, like he was like, I don't know what's going on with that. And he was, because I was in front of the water, I was getting like a drink and I was blocking up. But before you say excuse me, can I get a drink, that's the comment that you make. So I told, and it really pissed me off because it's also like a black woman thing. People are very disrespectful, especially white people. They're very disrespectful towards black women. Are gets the worst of the worst disrespect in every setting. So being around um, predominantly white people who are very, I wouldn't say illiterate or ignorant, but you notice who's for you, who's an ally and who's not an ally. And this person is not an ally. And he was with also his wife is a woman. Like, first of all, I do not. That's a whole big nother thing, but like, I don't know if men think that it's okay to disrespect you and then to ask you out. Like, that's just fucking weird because what kind of woman do you think I am? But okay. Um, so uh, yeah, so he did that and it really pissed me off. And I had to like, as soon as it pissed me off, like dark thoughts came into my head. And I'm just like, oh God, please, like, forgive me. Like, please forgive me for these thoughts that came in my head because I went to like the old part of me, like, like I just went straight to the old part of me, like having these bad dark thoughts about this person, and seeing all the possible ways that I can get revenge without having to actually take revenge. But I had to say, God, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for those thoughts. God forbid these things ever was to happen, because even in your thinking, karma comes back around. So you have to watch, like, even what you think, what you say, what you do. It's not just what you do in your actions, but it's also what you say. It's also those things too. So you have to watch. And if you're putting out positivity, even in your thoughts, the positivity is going to come back to you. So if I'm putting out negative, God forbid, I don't want that coming back. So I'm just like, so in that moment, literally in the same store, as soon as I said it, I'm like, God, I'm sorry. Like, please forgive me. Like, I'm just, and I discussed it. I'm really upset that this man said that about me, instead of having because it's a pride thing for men. Like, if I can't say this to this black woman, I can't say excuse me to this. It's just weird. I don't know. But I had to like understand that that person's saying is what that person says, but my actions matters. I can only control what my actions. And what I can do is I can stand up for myself and let that person know that, listen, I'm not a that, I'm a human being, and keep it pushing, to make that person aware that we are human beings. If you can see me, if I'm blocking something, say excuse me, and we would move, like, you know um and it's just a lot of white privilege is a whole nother conversation, but we're not gonna talk about that today. So but yeah, but this is what I want to get out. I thank you guys for listening, people who joined, people who came in and listened for a little bit and left. And I really do appreciate you guys listening. People who's going to come after, thank you, because this is the journey that I'm on. This is the journey that I'm on. If you're new to this channel, I am Salem. I got my bonnet on, but um, literally, if you were on this channel since like literally the early beginnings, and you've seen my journey of where I was and where I've been and where I am now, and where I'm going. You're going to see it all. So this is it for me. I'm going to try to sleep for like a couple more hours and then get back to it. But thank you for, because you guys are literally on the journey of healing with me. So I thank you guys so much. I'm sorry for my voice. I can feel the vibration. I hope you guys have a good morning, a good night, a nice, good morning. Right now would be nice for a little walk, but sleep is what my body needs right now. So I will see you guys later. Have a great night, great morning, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.